So if you support the idea that we cut some out of the military-industrial complex and bring some troops home, don't let them tell you that we're weak on defense. Right? The immediate result would be if we brought troops home, we might have to station them in South Carolina and have another base and have them spend the money here instead of in Korea.
All right.
Changing the policy means that we wouldn't need troops stationed in Japan or South Korea or Germany, and we wouldn't be fighting these wars. Very simply, we've been given the guidance: obey the law. Don't fight wars unless they're declared by our U.S. Congress. We shouldn't be doing these wars. Do our presidents go to war now without a declaration? Our presidents go to war without even conferring with the Congress, but they confer with NATO and United Nations. They get their authority from them. That is horrible. So just following the rules would do a lot of good. I keep arguing the case that we've gotten into this mess because we've had too many people careless with the law and careless with our Constitution. We want to get back, get the system back in order. Why don't we just send people to Washington that know and understand and obey and vote only with the Constitution? That would solve a lot of problems. As bad as our problems are in the economy, and I do believe that the financial system is in great danger, actually I come across as rather a bit of an optimist because of the number of young people coming out and studying, the people that knew about what a free society was all about, and they're being energized because they can see the answer. You know, sometimes I can compare it to analogy to what happens when somebody's using too many drugs. They use too many drugs. They want to be off. And they claim they have to, hit the bottom and then really make their decision. And then it's upward. And that's in a way we've become addicted to big government spending, inflation, and thinking that it would last forever. But we're now at that point where I think we're going to make the reversal. That is what I think the young people are expressing to me now. They know it's a mess. They know they're getting a big debt handed to them. They know that there's no guarantee they're going to get Social Security, and they're willing to start back on the healing path. And I think that more Americans are doing this now. I think you're way ahead of Washington. I think Washington are the last ones to figure it out.
Yeah!
But the best part of the message is that freedom really works. Freedom is a popular idea for everybody, and it's not because some people benefit from freedom and others don't. If everybody understands what freedom is all about, and what civil liberties are all about, the right to keep your own money, it means that everybody has their right to their life and their liberty, even if you use your life and your liberty differently. All of a sudden, people understand the freedom of religion pretty well. We can each practice our religion. We can choose not to practice our religion, and you don't go to jail or get into any trouble. But the one thing we know is that you can't impose your religious values on others by force. And some people use their freedoms in a way that we might not like. But do we have the right to tell people, if they're not harming anybody except maybe themselves, that they have to change their ways? And just because we legalize the ability for you to make all your own choices in religious and personal matters, that does not mean endorsement. So often they throw it back at me and they say, oh, you're going to do this and this, that means you endorse this. Because I believe in freedom of choice in religion, that doesn't mean that I endorse atheism, because my personal choice is not. But it means that you become more tolerant of other people, and then all of a sudden you see people coming together. The issue is not so much how do you build up factions to claw away at a shrinking pie and pay more money to the special interests and the lobbyists. What you do is you bring people together that see that they benefit in different ways by being free people. And this is how our country started, but we've lost that essentially about 100 years ago. And we've had token efforts to protect personal liberties by one group and another group, a token effort to protect economic liberties. It's all one thing based on your right to your life, your natural right to your life, your God-given right to your life. It's based on that, and then this, when people understand this, it really brings people together. And it solves the problem of poverty too. Not perfectly, But I'll tell you what, the way we're moving, the evidence is out there. I mean, all that grand effort, all the do-gooders was going to make sure that everybody had a house. Sure enough, a lot more people did get a house. They were given loans that they really weren't qualified for. And yet, the people that were in the derivatives business and the mortgage business, they made the money, and finally it ended. The collapse came. Middle-class people lost their jobs, and they lost their houses. So the evidence is out there that this system of the government making sure that everybody is going to be benefited by forcibly redistributing wealth, it really doesn't work. It just diminishes wealth, and it causes us to be antagonistic with each other, because right now this is what is happening in Washington. There's different groups. The parties do it too. Are they really fighting over principles? Quite frankly, I don't believe so. What they're fighting over is who's going to wield the power. Is it your lobbyists versus our lobbyists? And that has to be reversed. We have a right to lobby. In the Constitution, it's called petitioning. So I like to use the word petitioning. We can correct all this if we have an army of people petitioning for the cause of liberty and defending our Constitution. Believe me, we can make America the greatest place on earth.